What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it's Philly the podcast. We are back, and look, I ain't a snitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't be telling on people, but YouTube was telling me that like 80% of y'all that be watching the videos ain't even subscribed, man. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you here, anyways. You know what I'm saying? It helps the channel, and it helps me. And who doesn't want to help me, right?
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
So today I want to talk about something that I don't want to say has gone under the radar. I know a couple of content creators have talked about it, but it's mainly about Alshon Jeffery and Jason Peters, okay? They're coming back from injury. Alshon, I feel like we all were waiting for because we didn't have the emergence of any of these wide receivers. But now that we have the emergence of these wide receivers, namely Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor looks like he's, primed to come back. Even Greg Ward has been playing very solid. I've made a case for him to be a very, very solid number 2 for us going forward. With that being said, I don't feel like Alshon has a job when he comes back. I feel as though Alshon can be a rotational piece at the wide receiver position. I think he can split time with Greg Ward, but I think Greg Ward right now has the upside on him. I think Greg Ward has shown that he's reliable, injury-wise. Knock on wood, he hasn't, seemed to be injury-prone at this part in his career. And I just like what Greg Ward gives us. I feel like Greg Ward and Carson Wentz have a nice little rapport. And then you pair him with Travis Fulgham and you pair him with, someone like Jalen Reagor that can stretch the field. I think that's what the Eagles were looking for. I think that's even what we were trying to do in 2017 when we had someone like Torrey Smith that could just stretch the field. And then Alshon kind of played the Travis Fulgham role that, Travis is playing now. I think we were trying to recreate that, and I feel like we, by mistake, kind of did. I think we kind of stumbled upon Fulgham, and Greg Ward, I think, by default, has just been getting a lot more reps, which is good. I think he's made the best of those reps. So, me personally, I'm on the let's go with what we have, and like I said, let's rotate Alshon in. I think and I'm not saying, he doesn't play. He plays 20% of the snaps or something like that. At the end of the day, he's probably the biggest trade bait that we have. So I say let's, like I said, rotate him. I've said that 5 times. We rotate him and we see what we can get. Get him a couple good plays, show that he can still play in the NFL, and see what his trade value is. But we cannot stop the train, so to speak. We have to keep these young guys in the game. We have to keep getting them reps. They're growing with Carson Wentz, and that's all you can ask for your, franchise quarterback. So, the big picture with that is we have to let these young kids go. So I say Alshon, when he comes back, he doesn't have necessarily the job that he had before. So I would like to know what you guys think. Do you think that we put Alshon Jeffery right back in the fire? I think everybody can agree that Travis Fulgham's snaps can't go down, but does someone like Greg Ward, suffer a little bit from the return of Alshon Jeffery? So what do you guys think? Now, secondly, I want to talk about Jason Peters. Jason Peters is another guy. I think he has a job. I just don't think he has a job at the left tackle position. Now, I know a lot of other, content creators have been talking about this, and I feel like it's kind of the consensus among Eagles fans that we'd rather see Jordan Mailata stay at that left tackle position. He's been doing well. He's young. He could be the future of that position for the next 10 years, maybe longer. We'll see what happens. But he's young. He has the talent. He has the athleticism, and he reminds me a lot of a young Jason Peters. Let's not forget that Jason Peters came from the tight end position in college to go ahead and I think he played quarterback in high school, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, he was a skills position. He came over, turned it into an offensive lineman position. His athleticism is really what set him apart from other left tackles at the time. And you kind of see that in Jordan Mailata. You kind of see that he has the quickness, he has the quick step. With him, I feel it was always just learning the game of football, which is easier said than done. You know, he had to learn the X's and O's. He had to learn how to be kind of the quarterback of that offensive line. And I feel like he's coming along. He hasn't had the same people around him for the, duration of the year. So even with all that switch up and not knowing what's going to, happen next at the offensive line, he's played very well. Obviously, Jason Kelce's the only person that's been there throughout the years. But if we can continuously get healthy and we can push Jason Peters to that right guard position, I feel as though that solidifies that right side. You have Lane when he gets back. You have Lane and you have Jason Peters. And then on that left side, you got Jordan Mailata and whoever is going to play the best. Instead of having to play, two of the three between Jamon Brown. I don't know why he's still on the team, but Jamon Brown. Who else do we have? Nate Herbig. You have a lot of options at this point. Sua Peta. You have a lot of options, so it becomes a race to plug in one position instead of having to fill in two positions. So I think it'll be big for us. Jack Driscoll, I think, is going to take right over on the right tackle side, so I think we'll be fine there. Obviously he'll have a couple of bumps in the road, but I think we'll be fine there. So overall, I think that Jason Peters just, he needs to go back to right guard. We paid him. We got played. It is what it is. We paid him. I'm not saying go get that money back. Don't be petty. Just, it is what it is. You got your extra $3 million. Good for you. Now go be an all-pro right guard. If we can get that out of him, God bless Jason Peters. So I would like to know what you guys think about those two main players. Does Alshon Jeffery have the same job that he had when he left when he comes back? Also, does Jason Peters go back to that left tackle position, or do you think right guard is where he's going to fall in at? I would love to hear what you guys think. Like I said, we are so close to 600. We're like 10 away when I'm recording this. So if you guys could please smash that subscribe, share it with an Eagles fan, whatever, hit that like button. Just press some buttons while you're here. It helps me out so much. But I appreciate everybody. You know what it is, though. It's fly, Eagles, fly, and we out here.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.